Alzheimer's strikes a loved one, it obviously strikes an entire family. Dr. Mask is here now to talk about how people deal with this and specifically how one family coped with it.
David, Alzheimer's disease robs one of one's memory as well as one's ability to communicate. In the later stages, this person may or may not recognize their own spouse or children. Well, we met a man who is gathering the memories of his grandfather at a time when his grandfather's memories are fading away. Stefan Sawicki packed a lot of living into his 88 years.
As a grandson, he just had such an interesting life, bookie for the mob and, World War II paratrooper.
Joel and Sean Robert remember all their grandpa's stories. About 8 years ago, the stories began to slip away.
It just seemed like Grandpa was slowly just forgetting things more and more.
It got worse.
I was very confused and frustrated, and I didn't really understand what was going on, so the natural thing for me to do was to pick up a camera.
Joe cherished every moment in black and white.
After Grandpa passes away, a lot of people, that's all they have left are these little items that are left over.
The pictures were just for him and his family at first, but Joe decided the BRYAN Alzheimer's Research Conference was a good place to share the experience, that other families dealing with the disease might find their own creative ways of coping and connecting.
It's little things like this that they can do in their lives to maximize the moment with their loved one.
In something as easy as taking a picture or writing a journal or just the simple fact of showing up.
The one of him dancing with my mother actually is probably my favorite because it's just the two of them, father-daughter dancing.
A single person's devotion to a loved one.
I think what makes his life special was the fact that he was always there for my brother and I when we were growing up.
Now they want to be there for him.
You just got to experience it with him and just drain every single essence of beauty that's in that moment because you never know when it might disappear.
Now, these wonderful photographs on display today and tomorrow at the downtown Durham Marriott. You do not have to be registered for the conference. You can simply go down and just take a look.
Well, amazing photographs there,
Sure
Dr. Mask. There's such a fine line between coping and hoping.
Exactly.
We see how this family's coping with it, but is there a best hope for families in dealing with this?
Well, I think it's important for people to be able to put a label on what memory loss is. People come into the office and they're concerned about memory loss. Sometimes it ends up being medications they're taking, sometimes fatigue, sometimes organic brain syndrome, other diagnoses. But I would suggest that if you've got a problem like this, be sure to see your doctor early to get the correct diagnosis. Oftentimes you'll need to be referred on to a neurologist or a place like the Duke Memory Clinic to cinch the diagnosis. But the earlier the diagnosis is made, then the more help the person can get.
Well, and if it does strike, what a wonderful way to capture and to keep things going.
I'm going to try to go take a look at this tomorrow.
Well done. Dr. Mask, thank you.
You bet.